Hello, everyone. Goat Scriptures here. You probably all want to know why I changed my profile picture to Clippy. Now I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to answer that question for you. The reason is because this is a form of protest against the current regime with Microsoft, with a bunch of major corporations, what governments are doing all around the world. Why don't we let Mr. Louis Rossman of the Rossman Repair Group answer this question? He can say it better than I.
Facebook whistleblower hearings with Senator Josh Hawley a few months back. One of the elements that stuck out to me was when they were talking about how if an underage girl has deleted a selfie, Meta keeps track of this because they know that this person likely has low self-esteem at that moment that they deleted a picture of themselves, which means that they may be more apt to purchase something from an advertiser of a cosmetic product. And I think about this within the context of what companies used to get in trouble for and what they do, or more importantly, don't get in trouble for today. I grew up in the 90s, a time when Microsoft had hell and fury fall down upon them because they bundled a web browser with their operating system. Whether you think this is a good idea or not, I personally think that a web browser being installed in every single person's computer that's standards non-compliant, that is so bad that you can literally get a virus from visiting a website, has its problems. But when you look at what it is that companies got in trouble for in the 90s, it just doesn't hit the same when you look at what companies get away with now. I remember having a Dell Dimension 233 back in the day, and if you wanted to get the one that had slightly better graphics, they would give you a free installation of Microsoft Office. And with Microsoft Office back in the day, it came with Clippy. Whether or not you like Clippy and whether or not you like Microsoft Office, or having an operating system that had the browser built into it that could easily get you a virus when you visited other websites that were trying to invade your privacy, the one thing that you could say, unlike Facebook, who is trying to profit off of young girls that feel suicidal, Clippy simply wanted to help. He might have been annoying, but he just wanted to help. There were no ulterior motives. If you told Clippy that you were having a bad day, he wasn't going to use that information to try and figure out which advertiser to sell you to, nor was he trying to steal your personal data or get you to purchase other Microsoft products. He had no ulterior motives. He was simply there to help. Unlike many modern pieces of software, like what you get from Adobe or Intuit, where you can't buy QuickBooks anymore, you can't buy a video editor anymore, you have to pay a subscription fee for it. If I were to boot up that computer that has not been used for 28 years, and I wanted to start up Microsoft Word, I could do so without connecting to the internet. And Clippy would still be there, happy and enthusiastic as ever, simply wanting to help. Adobe is another example of this. This is a company that tried to twist people's arms into having AI and machine learning stuff go through their personal data. Not public data, not the speeches that I give, not my website or my blog posts or my videos, but my private data, the stuff that I'm editing. And there were people that were not able to get into their account until they agreed to this new end user license agreement. When they are looking for access to your data, they're doing so because they want to train an AI on how to do what you do without paying you, without your consent. Clippy simply wanted to help. When Clippy would ask you if you wanted help with writing your letter, Clippy wouldn't even read the contents of your letter. He just wanted to offer suggestions. Game of Thrones had, I'm not going to spoiler alert, there's this Sons of the Heartbeat in season 5. They were these people that wore masks, and they pushed back against the new regime. And the purpose of the mask was to let the leaders know that when you see people with this mask, we are against you and your new regime, and we are going to push back against it as often as we can. And the worry with the Sons of the Heartbeat mask is that it starts with one person putting the mask on, and then somebody else gains the balls to put the mask on, and then 20 or 40 or 100 of them put the mask on. And once 100 or 1,000 of them put the mask on, there's nothing that the leaders can do at that point. Enough people have put it on, enough people have come together with solidarity, and they're going to do something about it. Now, granted, this may not be the best analogy because, spoiler alert, they were trying to bring back slavery, and they also were just bad people. Khaleesi kind of became a shitbag at that point, too. But besides, I think that Clippy is like a modern-day Sons of the Harpy mask. If you're tired of companies changing the terms of the sale after the sale and getting away with it, turn your profile photo to a Clippy.
This actually happened to me. I did get my printer ransomwared. It was an HP Envy all-in-one series printer. The one that scans, faxes, and makes printouts. It was a 3 machines in one. I think it was an HP Envy 4500. So my old computers there that had like the DVD drive, I just put in the CD. I put in the CD and I got 3 different EXEs. I got a separate EXE for the printer. I got an executable for the scanner, and I got a desktop icon for the faxer. So 3 different functionalities, 3 different desktop icons. But my last computer died around 2020s, like 2021 or something, and I didn't have the money. I didn't want to throw down $500 for a new computer, so a family member sold me their laptop um, for like $50 or something, like really small. For something like really small, it came with no CD drive, So, of course, I was forced to install the HP Smart app. And the first red flag, the HP Smart app was not user friendly. It required you to dox yourself and give an email address in order to use it. And it was fine for a while. It did require an internet connection, which is fucking bullshit for something that's been in the family. It's already been paid for. And by the way, this HP Envy 4500 has been in the fucking, been in this household, been in this fucking family for since like 2016. It's been in the family for almost 10 fucking years, right? A few updates later. First, you can't fucking print unless you're connected to the internet. You can't scan unless you're connected to the internet. And then one day I go to scan something. I go to like scan a handwritten note or something on there. I get a pop up that says, you must pay a subscription. You must pay a subscription in order to make a fucking printout or a fucking copy. So I said, fuck it. I unplugged it from the wall. I literally unplugged it from the wall and threw it in the fucking storage there. And I've been supporting my local library and just coming in with a handful of quarters and using the local library to make printouts ever since. I refuse to own a ransomware device. I refuse to own a spyware ransomware fucking machine. So I can attest I have been ransomwared by HP NV 4500. It used to be a really, really good machine when it still ran on the CD, when it ran on the CD. But once I switched over to the HP Smart app, that's when I got fucking ransomware. So this is true. This actually fucking happens.
If you're tired of companies that have the ability to reach into your house,
I am tired of companies, and I'll never own an Amazon Smart thing, whatever fuck Alexa, whatever the fuck they call, or a Dot, or whatever the fuck, or like a Siri, whatever the fuck those stupid things are called. They're like you speak to it and it fucking turns the lights off for you.
Claiming that that's legal, but then when somebody tries to give you back access to what you bought and paid for, that's illegal. Change your profile photo to a Clippy. If you're tired of
I'm probably never gonna own an Xbox Series S there because of just how fucking not user friendly like software and everything's becoming. And I'm fixing to take my Xbox One permanently offline, and I'm fixing to toggle my Steam into offline mode permanently and just only play local games. I will not purchase multiplayer games. I will not purchase fucking serverware games or online games. No, I'm only gonna have local offline functionality, local offline games in my Steam library, and I suggest you all do the same. The way this fucking the way this fucking government is headed, the way this system is headed to, the way the corporations, the way YouTube and internet, and the way Steam has been getting fucking attacked from every single direction, mostly by collective shout, mostly by a bunch of fucking diaper sniffing soccer moms from Australia, from fucking Australia of all fucking places. But more on that in a minute. More on that in a minute. There, I'm gonna let Lewis finish his message first.
Even when you're not saying anything that bad, change your profile picture to a Clippy. If Google, being one of the premier data mining companies on Earth, not being able to tell that little fucking cat with two pillows next to it that they try to make look like an ass, to the thirsty young men click it as they normalize sex trafficking on the platform that doesn't allow you to express an opinion bothers you, change your profile picture to a Clippy and let them know that you're not happy. Clippy never tried to normalize sex trafficking. He just wanted to help. If you're tired of companies saying out loud,
I like that,
the reason they want
and that's true. Clippy, I remember Clippy. You know, like I was a 90s and 2000 kids. I mean, on the school computers, they ran on fucking like Windows XP there, you know, Microsoft Word. They all had fucking Clippy on them. Like, I remember Clippy. So, yeah, go on to Google Image or Brave or Bing and just put in clippy.png. And either change your profile picture to a Clippy or just open up Photoshop, or don't pay for Adobe Photoshop, by the way, because they're fucking bad. Adobe's been fucking censoring content creators, but Pixlr, GIMP, whatever your favorite local image editor is, and you can just put like an overlay over your profile picture, make like a filter or something. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I found a retro style Clippy.
You bought and paid for is that may take money away from them. Change your profile photo to a Clippy. I never expected to win the legislative battle. It would be nice if I did, but it was never something that I set as I need to do this or I'm a failure.
I wish I'd go back in time and fucking bully the asshole that invented the WEBP file format. It's the most annoying nuisance fucking file format whatsoever. I remember the good old days of like Google Image. You could just right click, save as, right click, save as, right click, save as. You could even change the file extension to like JPEG to PNG or PNG to JPEG, and it would still work. It would still work. But luckily, I have Fireshot browser extension. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm not sponsored here, but it is a free extension. And if you find an image that won't right click and save as a JPEG, that won't save as a fucking ping, you can just take a screenshot and you can crop your screenshot right in there and you can still get the image that you wanted. Maybe not as high resolution. Maybe it'll only be whatever your screen resolution is set to, but you can still get images that way. Based Clippy. Dot ping.
What I always hoped to do was win the cultural battle, where all of you understand what's going on and you decide that enough is enough. If I ever have a chance in my personal life to push back against this, I will. You're maybe not going to send that email that you're supposed to send to Interso to tell them, oh, by the way, make sure this chip doesn't end up on Mouser.com. Here's an NDA, blah, 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 the supplier agreement. Maybe just forget to send that email. When there's a new consumer rights law that the senator that you work for is on the fence about supporting, and there's a lobbyist that's going to be against it that wants to have dinner. Whoops, maybe their invitation went to spam. I didn't see that. Sorry, boss. Maybe you quit before you create a fake paywall to test if your customers will pay again for what they already paid for. Or maybe when you send out that ransomware firmware update, you make it opt-in instead of opt-out. Whoopsie, if in some bizarro world it is actually illegal to make a thermostat work again, and this bastard of a CEO decides to try and get the individual in trouble, 10 cases to prosecute, only got time for 6, maybe I just ignore this one. When a company CEO logs into their Slack and sees 10,000 Clippies looking back at them, what I hope occurs is that they intuitively understand that they no longer live in a world where they can get away with fucking over the consumer. That their employees, their partners, are not going to...
The consumer is very dehumanizing. It's customer. We are not consumers. We're customers. But Louis Rossman's a good guy. He's not perfect, but he is a good guy. And I do actually own the Blue Jay app or Gray Jay. It's I actually use that all the time there to like listen to music, whatever. He helped create that. He helped create Gray Jay there. No, he's a really cool dude. He's all about right to repair and standing up for your right to own things.
to be accomplices to this anymore. That they are alert and they are aware of what is going on, and they are going to politely but firmly push back against it. Every single one of those.
But yeah,
10,000 people will
the
be
consumer is a
anti-consumer
very
practices and the anti-ownership practices,
dehumanizing
and it will no
term.
longer be another cog in the
It's
assembly line sending us
customer.
all into a dystopia.
When the big wigs there stopped calling us customers and started calling us consumers, that was a really bad day for everyone. Not just in America, but the whole world. When we are not called customers anymore, but called consumers, consume. What the fuck? Consumer. What the fuck? You know, what are you, some kind of like pig or something that feeds from a trough? Consume. Consume the slop. Everyone stop using the word consumer. We're fucking customers. We're not consumers. We're customers. We're human, flesh and blood human beings. We have fucking rights. But only if we goddamn act upon them and hold motherfuckers accountable, goddammit. We are customers. But anyway, I'm not yelling at Louis Rossman. I love Louis Rossman. You're doing a great, phenomenal fucking job. You're doing a phenomenal fucking job. I'm just bitching into the void. Whoever listens to or doesn't listen to this video, I don't fucking care. But yeah, I'm just mouthing off, pissed the hell off that we are not consumers. That is very dehumanizing. We are customers. And the day that they changed that terminology, they dehumanized us. They lost all respect for us as human beings. We were no longer human beings. We became goyim cattle, cattle feeding from the trough.
Will be a moment where that one person who usually would not have a say in anything can be activated, and in that moment, keep the world from sliding further into a dystopia, or help push it forward in the opposite direction. But we all have to get together, and the first step is making it public that we know what's going on. That starts with a Clippy. On YouTube, if you're with me, I ask that you change your profile picture to a Clippy. At work, change your Slack profile picture to a Clippy. If you work at the White House, don't take down the United States flag, but somewhere on the grounds, put up a flag of a Clippy. Clippy's a symbol that what used to be considered one of the worst annoyances in our life would now not only be welcomed, but for all of its flaws, celebrated as an idol. Because for all of these things that occur right now, where there is negative malice of intent, I want to take away what you own. I want to take this back. I want to get your data. I want to sell you to an advertiser when I know that you're crying. Clippy just wanted to help. And if you were to turn them on today, unlike most cloud bullshit, it'd still work. Hulu Foundation is going to be announcing the winners of both the Future Home Bounty and the Echelon Bikes Bounty within the next month. Us offering $5,000 here, $20,000 there. It pushes the ball forward, but at the end of the day, that does nothing, in contrast to organizing all of you. We're happy to get the ball rolling, but for us to truly win, we need to show that if you push us, Clippy clips back. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video.
We also have the duty not to infringe the IP rights in the process. It is in fact the manufacturers who have the relevant rights, not consumers.
Consume. We're not fucking consumers. We're goddamn customers. God damn it. We're fucking customers. We're not fucking consumers. Everyone stop using the word consumer. You're a fucking customer. I work customer service, okay? And never, ever, ever once, never, never once in my 5 years at Walgreens and Aldi's have I ever dehumanized my wonderful customers and called them consumers. No, we are customers. We're not fucking blind cattle. We're not blind sheep. And we're not just going to eat any old goddamn slop that's sent down the trough. Now, back onto other important updates there. As I'm sure as y'all heard by now, an Australian group of soccer moms, Collective Shart, they bullied payment processors. They bullied MasterCard and Visa, which I'm not too happy with. As soon as I pay off both of my cards, I'm going to get rid of my bank and probably switch over to American Express. I'm going to switch over to somebody who's not engaging with this fucking Orwellian bullshit. So these Australian soccer moms, and this is a whole nother rabbit hole to go down, but allegedly, ostensibly, they are a feminist leftist group there, and they're offended by sex games, whatever, a bunch of like adult, like sex simulators, whatever. There, so apparently, all it takes is 1,000 emails or 1,000 phone calls to Mastercard and Visa. So what they fucking did there is they got Mastercard and Visa to harass Steam, and so they bully Steam, right? Which is like the last safe haven for gaming. Sony doesn't give a fuck about you. Microsoft doesn't give a fuck about you. In fact, with Microsoft Xbox, there's not even as much as a refund option. If you buy a digital game on the Microsoft Xbox digital storefront and you don't like it, you're fucked. You cannot return it. There is no return or refund policy with Microsoft Xbox. The only thing you can do is contact your credit card company and report fraud and file a chargeback. But then again, your credit card company would have to go through Microsoft. And we all know Microsoft is a dick and they do not love their customer base. They do not love their player base. Sony PlayStation is not a hell of a lot better. And see, the thing too, with Sony, PlayStation and Xbox, they have to capitulate to the ESRB, which means they have to censor their games. There's no adult rated games available on the market. It only goes up to M. So you have to censor the fuck out of your game, like Ready or Not did Now, I haven't played Ready or Not yet. Ready or Not is on my Steam wish list. I am going to play it probably on Steam because, I've had enough of fucking Call of Duty. I love Modern Warfare 2019. I love all the OG, like Modern Warfare 2011, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, even though Hack Division and Treyarch and EA Games, they don't care about their player base. They don't care. They just care about turning games into like a fucking gambling fucking bullshit. They have as much player engagement. There's been many other YouTubers, Blame Truth, Codfather. There's been many other YouTubers, exposing the skill-based optimization or skill-based matchmaking that's going on for years, but it's worse than that now. Like the new Black Ops 6 will actually try to sell you skins and shit mid-fucking game. Like the kill cam says, killed by gamer tag, killer's weapon, blah blah blah. Hold X to go to store. Like they literally try to sell microtransactions mid team deathmatch, like mid fucking game. Like no, fuck Black Ops 6, and it's a fucking service only. It's a server only game. There is no data on the disc. So if you were to get like a disc of Black Ops 6 and pop it into your Series S or pop it into your PC or whatever, there's nothing on it. There's like a 200 gigabyte bloatware download, and it has to connect to the internet in order to fucking play. And what the fuck is a 100 gigabyte of bloatware even do? If it's an online only game, if they want to turn fucking Call of Duty into some goddamn like World of Warcraft shit, just fucking say so on the cover. What the fuck does the 100 giggers of bloatware even do on your computer if you can't even access the files locally? This is insane. This is fucking insane. But anyway, yeah, in spite of all the bullshit there, I still play Modern Warfare 2019. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm not proud of it. The game is dog shit. It takes up about 150, 165 giggers on my Xbox One hard drive. Hey, but at least I can still play the campaign locally. I can still play against bots. I can still have, team deathmatch, demolition, free-for-alls, spec ops, solo missions, and solo survival, which is the only reason why I play it is because I love the survival mode. And there, I fucking love I love the survival mode there. Like that's my whole purpose for installing the whole 150 giggers of Modern Warfare 2019, just so I could play local survival. I've already done lots of gameplay showcase of it. So I'm not boycotting. Well, I'm not gonna boycott Ready or Not. I do like Battlefield. I do like Rainbow Six. I do like tactical shooters. Fucking Rainbow Six Siege was a total fucking flop. It was absolute garbage. I had it on my hard drive for like about 5 minutes, and even connected to the internet. Even if you're connected to the internet, you cannot like pick your own scenario solo. Like you can't just go in and say, I want to play a solo terrorist hunt. I can't just fucking go in and say I want to play a team deathmatch against bots or I want to play terrorist hunt. No, it just randomly chooses the map for you, and it randomly throws you into a fucking scenario if you're playing solo. And there's no create a class. There's like a bunch of like operators, like preset classes and everything. There's no single player campaign. There's no story mode. Like, so no, Rainbow Six Siege was like fucking absolute garbage. The only Ubisoft, like the latest Ubisoft game that like I play is probably Ghost Recon Wildlands, and I'm gonna admit I do have a lot of fun in Wildlands solo, of course, solo campaign. And I have a lot of fun, and it is kind of buggy. There is hilarious glitches in it, and because of just all the crazy shit and the open world stuff, it kind of makes me think of like the Saints Row of military shooters. Basically, Ghost Recon Wildlands is like the Saints Row of military games. You're just thrown into the middle of this South American country. There's a lot of biomes. There's deserts, there's jungles, there's swamps, there's rainforest, and you're basically just thrown into the map and just do what the fuck ever. Complete objectives in any fucking order you want. Drive around, blow shit up. Like, you can't abandon your homies if you like try to fucking like hop in a helicopter, whatever. Your homies, your crew will just like spawn and they'll just like teleport into the fucking chopper. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. If you're playing on easy, it literally like turns the game into like Saints Row the Third. It turns it into like Saints Row Special Ops. Essentially, like it turns into like a Saints Row like military mod. Like I have like destroyed like vehicles and shit. I've destroyed like loot trucks and stuff, and it still gave me the reward. Like these glitches are fucking hilarious, dude. Like I love Wildlands, but I'm probably never gonna play Breakpoint because Breakpoint is a server only game, and I refuse to play or purchase anything that I can't control or I don't own. If I can't play it locally, if I can't install mods, or play it locally, I want nothing to fucking do with it. Okay? Like what the fuck even is ownership anymore? Like these companies are just taking these corporations are just taking a big giant fucking shit. They're just taking a giant fucking shit on all their customers who they have no respect for. And yes, you're partly responsible. All those pre-orders, all those DLCs, I'm guilty of this. I purchased map packs and shit for Black Ops 1 before. I've purchased fucking DLC before. I'm just as guilty as you are. But you really deserve what you tolerate, and we've tolerated this shit for long enough. I'm going to make a later video in the future on how to create your own local gaming server using Steam, using the cheapest mini gaming PC you can find on Amazon, and just building a local Steam library. So if anything happens to the internet, or if anything happens to Steam, you'll still have a library. You'll still have games. You'll still be able to play Half-Life Black Mesa. You'll still be able to play Half-Life 2 with all the amazing mods for it. You'll still be able to play Saints Row the Third. You'll still be able to play all these great games locally, and without these motherfuckers clawing into your fucking PC and fucking up your shit. Anyway, I went a little bit too off on a tangent. I went too off on a tangent. Okay, let's talk about Collective Shart for a minute. Okay, so these fucking soccer moms. Okay, these fucking nobodies out of nowhere with as little as 1,000 phone calls and 1,000 emails, they got fucking Visa and MasterCard to censor Steam. There's something more going on. Now, ostensibly, they're a leftist organization, but I've read comments somewhere that they're not actually a leftist organization. The founder is an ultra Christian extremist. She's like a Jehovah Witness or some like Puritan nutter bullshit, and they're just using the feminism as a cover. I can't comment on that because I don't know. I just been so busy with work and just real life fucking things there that I haven't had the time to really look into Collective Shart. I haven't really had the time to really look into the Collective Shart, but I believe it. It does not surprise me. It does not surprise me the slightest there. Okay, and here's what's so scary about it. Censorship does not fucking stop at what you don't like. It does not stop at what you don't like, because soon enough, it's going to come after what you do like. Now, Texas there, and my heart goes out to my fellow Texan brothers and sisters. Texas has a really, really good, really, really amazing occult and black metal scene coming out, with bands like Helvatron, Nexul, Neog Tables, all coming out of El Paso. El Paso, all Texas has an incredible underground death metal and black metal scene. And also, you know, it was a lot of American history, the home of the Alamo. You know, a lot of historical events, a lot of our country's history is from Texas. You know, and Texas is huge. You know, Texas is fucking big. Like it's no small state. Like it's like 20 hours to drive from one side of Texas to the other border. So my heart goes out to Texans. They used to be one of the most based states ever, and they still are. They're one of the best states when it comes to gun rights, when it comes to self-defense. There's no state tax on income there. There's only a federal tax. There's a lot of things to love about Texas, but one downside of Texas is the Project 2025ers, the Puritans who've taken over. They just banned anime. Yes, animated cartoons. They literally just banned anime, which is a benign, it's just a form of animation. That's all anime is, just a cartoon. And anime is a protected art form in Japan. What does this have to do with all this? How is this all connected? Let me explain. Okay. Now, Saul Alinsky, you're going to want to memorize that name because you're going to want to Google him. He wrote a terroristic, violent manual for communist Marxist takeover, Rules for Radicals by Saul Alinsky. And one of the bulletin points in Rules for Radicals is that you must blame and gaslight your victims what you are doing to them. So say I'm raping you and I'm beating you. You say I'm going to beat on you and smash your face into a pumpkin or whatever like that. I must cry out as I strike you, and I am supposed to accuse you of beating on me while I'm beating up you. It's a gaslight tactic. It's a form of manipulation. It's really a form of lesser magic. It's a form of lesser black magic. It's a form of narcissistic energy vampirism is what it is. Now that the United Kingdom internet is completely fucking cooked. You cannot even run a Google search. You can't even like log into YouTube unless you fucking dox yourself. They want to bring this fucking shit over here. They want to bring this shit over here. It's called COSAR, on Kids Online Safety Act. I just called and bitched to my local senators about this fucking legislation. They want to bring this shit over here, which will destroy the internet, which will destroy the First Amendment, tank the economy, which would be the worst fucking thing ever. I think all this shit is connected, okay? This is not a coincidence, okay? Notice the timing of all this shit. The fucking timing. After President Trump just made the biggest fucking betrayal to his entire fan base, he promised he would release the Epstein files. He fucking promised he would release the Jeffrey Epstein files. Not only will he refuse, even worse than that, he turns the fuck around and gaslights his entire fan base. What Epstein file? You're still talking about that? There's no Epstein file. There's only Democrat made-up conspiracy theories. The full 180, the past 5 fucking years that we went through with the Holocaust, Corona bullshit fucking hoax, all that shit that went down with the fucking needlecraft. You need to get a fucking experimental gene therapy if you want to eat a hamburger. You can't go to the bar. You can't have a Jim Beam and an orange juice. You can't have an Irish breakfast. You can't have a screwdriver. You can't have a beer or anything unless you got the jab, unless you got the fucking gene alteration thing with all this fucking bullshit from the left. All right? We thought that Trump was going to clean house. We all thought. I almost fell for it. I fell for it. I got deceived. I really thought for a minute there that Donald Trump was a one-man, William Wallace, Pharaoh Ramses II, type of character. A one-man Illuminati killer machine. He was going to take on the deep state. He was going to take on the global pedophile cabal. He was going to drain the complete fucking swamp on his own. He's going to be a one-man New World Order sledgehammer. He's going to be a one-man sledgehammer to the New World Order. Nope. What this proves is that the corruption and the evil and just the straight-up degeneracy and the corruption goes a lot fucking deeper than you or I even realize. This is beyond just Democrats and Republicans. This is both fucking parties. This is your local sheriff. This is your local firefighter. This is your doctors, your librarians, your school teachers. This is fucking everybody in all levels of government and all levels of town hall, mayors and shit. You know, your local fucking Masonic lodges. This is everyone you know. This is how deep the corruption goes. And we cannot vote our way out of this. We're not going to be able to vote our way out of this. Now, luckily, it has not come to the point of physical violence yet. I don't like violence. I don't advocate for violence. And luckily, we're still at the point where we can raise enough hell. And like, you all did a really good job. You gamers, you did a really good job calling the Visa and MasterCard, flooding their voicemail. Hold on one second. Fucker. You gamers did a hell of a fucking job calling Visa and MasterCard. I've just been so preoccupied with life-related things. I regret not being part of your calls, flooding those fucking call centers. But rest assured, I was there in spirit. I was with you in spirit. And maybe if I can get a couple fucking days off, a couple hours of free time, maybe I will leave a voice message for Visa or a voice message for MasterCard. You're making a hell of a fucking impact. Okay? But it's not just the first... it's not the end of it. That's just the first boss. It's not the fucking end of it. It's just the first boss. So we raised enough hell. We've utterly humiliated Collective Shart. Completely fucking humiliated them. Now all their pennies are in a fucking hoe. They're pulling their hairs out. They're panicking. They got sand in their fucking panties. You know, that great fucking job. But now the UK is completely cooked the internet. They have no First Amendment. Britain has no Second Amendment. They have no guns or of any kind where they can defend themselves. They're cooked. Britain may as well be an open air gulag. Britain may as well be called the fucking United Gulag, the Siberia of Europe. That's how bad it's fucking gotten there. And they want to bring this fucking shit over here. You notice the fucking timing, just how convenient the fucking timing is? First, the betrayal by Trump. Oh, there's no Epstein file. Then this bullshit with Collective Shart, which I think was a distraction to begin with. I didn't finish the videos, but I started a couple of videos where apparently the Australian government, they were bribing Collective Shart. They were saying, oh, we'll give you lower taxes if you do this political activism, if you do this debanking censorship and debanking activism, which I do totally believe that, because Sweet Baby Inc. was the Canadian government. It turned out that Sweet Baby Inc., behind that big steaming pile of horse fuck that was Dragon Age, the Fail Guard, and Sweet Baby Inc. just being a total menace and total piece of shit to gaming developers, bullying and harassing gaming developers, forcing them to put out garbage fucking games. Sweet Baby Inc. was just the Canadian government. And now Collective Shart is just the Australian government. So first it was Sweet Baby Inc., then it was the betrayal with his current fucking administration, which I am gravely disappointed in Trump. I feel betrayed. I feel seriously betrayed. Not even 2 weeks later, the fucking Steam censorship by Collective Shart's fuckery. The United Kingdom completely burning their fucking own internet. And now they want to bring this fucking shit over here with the Kids Online Safety Act. I think it was COSA all along. I think it was fucking COSA all along the Screen Act, all along the Blackbeard Act, the anti-piracy legislation, all along. And the video game censorship was a smokescreen. It was a distraction. But there's still time. There is still fucking time. Don't stop calling Visa and MasterCard. But what you need to start doing, you need to start calling your local senators and representatives. I know. I don't believe in government. I don't believe in government of any kind. And I really don't believe that these individuals, that these Chuck Schumers and Kristen Gillibrands, I don't really think they have the power to really change or to stop the fucking train if they wanted to. Okay, let's play devil's advocate and assume, let's pretend that, John Minion and others, let's pretend for 5 fucking minutes that they actually do have good intentions and actually do want to help their voter base. Even if they did, the corruption's so fucking deep and everyone's so fucking blackmailed and everyone's terrified of standing up to Israel. Everyone's terrified of standing up to the real evil motherfuckers, the real fucking swamp. Everyone's compromised. I think even at like the low level, at like the Chuck Schumer, the John Mannion level, I think if you ever like get into politics, you're compromised that early. Like if you even so much as run for mayor, you've already been compromised. You've already been blackmailed. Even if you've never been to Epstein Island before, AI is so advanced and so great. They'll just make like an AI generated video of you like doing something incredibly horrible. They'll like just create an AI generated video of you fucking a kid, which you obviously didn't. And even if you are not a pedophile, and even if you never harmed anyone, the technology is so good, they probably just make AI generated videos of of these senators or whatever, and they're like, you're gonna fucking play ball, you're gonna sign this act, you're gonna do this, this, and this in the law, you're gonna make this legislation, you're gonna sign this fucking legislation, you're gonna sign that legislation, and if you don't, if you oppose us for even 1 fucking second, we're gonna release the completely fake and obviously AI generated video of you being compromised, and everyone is gonna hate you. Even when it's obviously AI, when it's obviously like AI generated and it's obviously fake, all the normies and the masses are still gonna hang you, AI or not. I think that's probably what's going on. But here's why you should still call your senator. Even though they probably don't have the power to change, even if they wanted to, even if we could convince them to come to our side, choose the right, vote correctly, stay on the side of truth, stay on the side of freedom. Because even if we can do that, it's making a statement. It's letting these fuckers know you exist. So make those phone calls, okay? They have to listen to those voicemails, okay? If we leave enough voice messages, those voicemail boxes are going to be full. They're going to have to get new answering machines. Somebody listens to those fucking voicemails in Schumer's office, in Gillibrand's office. Somebody's listening to those fucking emails, okay? They're paid money to do that. And just like with the credit card companies, you leave voicemails, whenever you can. If you can't do it every day, 2 times a week, 3 times a week, you leave those fucking voicemails on a regular basis. Let them know you exist. Let them know you're angry. Let them know you're pissed off in a most respectful way. Because at the end of the day, these senators are just people. They're just like you and me. They're just regular flesh and blood people. Be respectful. Don't be a dick. Don't be an arsehole. Of course, don't be a dick about it. Be courteous, be respectful. Because for all we know, they're probably compromised. They probably secretly hate Project 2025. They probably hate what's going on and they want to stop it, but they're terrified. They're terrified to go against Israel. They're terrified to go up against BlackRock and Larry Fink. They're terrified to go against this current administration. They're terrified to rock the boat because everyone's been goddamn compromised. Everyone who's had any sort of political career, it's probably like a hazing thing. It's probably like the Phi Theta Kappa or some like fucking collegiate fucking fraternity row, fucking campus where they do the hazing, they do all that fucking crazy shit to you and call it hazing. That's probably one of the first fucking things. If you want to be a mayor, here's an AI generated video of you fucking a kid. So if you ever go against us, the whole world's going to crucify you and you're going to be the next Jeffrey Epstein. Like, there's really no other way to explain it. How the fuck? Okay, does Trump sell out our Second Amendment? How does these draconian legislations get passed without any opposition? It's because they're compromised. It's because they're afraid to say no. Because if they even vote no, they even vote against it, they're either going to be whacked, they're going to get car bombed, or they're going to have an AI-generated video misrepresenting them, making them out to be something that they're not, released to the public and made viral. Like, there's no other way to fucking explain this shit. There's no other way to explain this shit. Back to Saul Alinsky. I want to be a completely psychopathic piece of shit. I want to destroy your nation. I want to completely subvert your country. What I do, I accuse you, the victims. I accuse you of what I myself am doing. So if I'm a bad actor, if I'm doing horrible things to you, I gotta blame you and accuse you of what I'm doing to you. I gotta make you out to be the bad guy. I gotta make you out to be the asshole. It's classic fucking gaslighting 101. It's classic manipulation. This shit even goes back to the fucking Bible there. The book of Esther. The book of fucking Esther. Look at that. They hanged a Gentile woman. They hanged an innocent woman for a crime that one of Yahya's cult members, Yahweh's little minions, did. So it was the Yahweh cultist. It was the Israelite who was the bad guy, but it was the Gentile. It was the non-Hyksos. It was the non-Atenist who paid the price. Saul fucking Alinsky. It's all the same fucking shit. It goes back to Akhenaten. It goes back to the Hyksos. It goes back to the Atenists and their fucking monotheistic death cult, without which there could never have been Zarathustrianism. There can never have been Zoroastrianism. There can never have been Islam. There can never have been Judaism. There can never have been the Christian Dark Ages. There can never have been the Christian Crusades and the medieval Dark Ages that came with global tyranny and inquisition by the Catholic Church. All this shit goes back to the Aten. It goes back to the same fucking people, the same motherfuckers. I can't tell you who they are. I can't say their names out there because I'm going to be misrepresented. I'm going to be made out into something that I'm not. And then again, they are probably not even what they're calling themselves openly anyway. This is an Atenistic cult. Okay? This isn't your local street level Jews. This is not even the Zionists. This is deeper than that. This is the Atenist. This is the Talmudist, the Atenist, and the radical Marxist communist. And the Bible is the original communist book. All right? I make no apologies. Christians, you really need to wake up now. This is your wake-up call. You really need to go check out Charles Giuliani. He's an ex-Catholic priest, and he woke up to the Christian program as just another form of spiritual Marxism. It's just another Marxist program. You need to go over to Rumble or Odyssey right now. Pause this fucking video. Head on over to Odyssey right now or head on over to Rumble and type in Charles Giuliani. Truth Hurts. All one word. Truth Hurts. TRUTHHERTZ. Hertz, like gigahertz, like sound frequency. Not truth hurts, like someone kicked you with a fucking soccer ball and ouch, that hurts. No, truth hurts, like gigahertz, megahertz. Hurts like the frequency. Truth Hurts Radio. I believe Giuliani also had a couple appearances on Renegade Broadcasting there. But find Charles Giuliani. He exposes Yahweh. He exposes the Yah monster and Yahweh's crimes against children, Yahweh's crimes against humanity, the Bible as a money manipulation manual. It all goes back to it all goes back to the Atnus. It all goes back to the noses and the I can't talk much more on that because you'll call me a Nazi. You'll call me, and I'm not. I am the least racist person imaginable. I love Jewish people. I think they're fucking great. A lot of Jewish people, they're just like Gentiles. They're just like you and I. This is not anti-Semitism, okay? I'm against Loxism. I'm anti-Loxist here. And what I mean by Loxism is religious, fundamentalist, Old Testament Talmudic hatred of certain groups of people because they do not worship Yahweh. That's all Loxism is. Loxism is Old Testament and Talmudic racism. It is biblical racism against Europeans and against whites by a certain cult, by a certain group, simply because these groups of people, these Gentiles, do not worship Yahweh. That's all I'm going to say. That's all Loxism is. And I'm against Loxism. I'm against pedophilia. And I'm against being a dick. Okay? Okay? As long as you're not a pedophile, I fucking love you. Okay? You can believe in whatever the fuck you want. You can be a Buddhist. You can be a fucking atheist retard. For all I know. There's no free will. It's all just bumping particles, man. Everything's just bumping particles, man. I have no free will. I just happened to kiss my wife on the cheek, and I just happened to hug my kids this morning. Again, there was no free will involved with that whatsoever. It's just all, chemistry, chemical reactions, and bumping particles, man. There's no free will. I just hugged my kids on the way to work. On total accident, man. I just happened to grab this flavor of coffee over this flavor as a total accident, man. I still like you. I still want to like you. No matter what your faith is. Buddhist, Hare Krishna, Satanist, pagan, Luciferian, as long as you're not the Temple of Blood kind, okay? As long as you're not the Temple of Blood kind. If you're the Temple of Blood kind, fuck you. Fucking pray to a goddamn tree stump for all I fucking care. All right? Just please don't be these three things. Please don't be these three fucking things which I'm about to describe. Don't be a fucking Puritan extremist. Okay? Please don't be a hand of God motherfucker, which is basically, if you haven't heard them, they're like the Christian version of ISIS. They're like the Christian version of Temple of Blood. They want to institute a Christian theocracy, and they promote violence and extremism to anyone who does not follow the Bible to the letter, okay? So please don't be a Puritan hand of God motherfucker. Please don't be a collective shart fucking retard, okay? Please do not be an Islamic terrorist. Okay, you want to believe in Islam? Awesome, man. Allah bless you. But please don't be an Islamic terrorist, okay? You want to be a Jew or a Kabbalist. Hashem bless you. But please, for the sake of Hashem, do not be a fucking Talmudist. Do not be a Loxist. Do not be a Zionist fucking baby killer. Do not be a Metzitzepe circumcision baby dick munching maniac. Please don't be one of those, because I won't have respect for you. I can't respect that because it goes against my principles. Okay? Circumcision is wrong. Genital mutilation is wrong. Pedophilia is wrong. It's not okay. And even if you're of the left-handed persuasion, if you're of the Satanist or Luciferian or Michael Ford persuasion, as long as what you do is within your private ritual chamber, and as long as your own personal form of Goetia, shadow work, Clipothic work, draconian work, or Goetia work, or whatever it is you're into, does not harm innocence, go for it, man. You have my fucking blessing, and you have my love and my support as a fellow American. We're all Americans here. We're all one big fucking family. Okay? But the minute you promote satanic terrorism or satanic jihad or fucking Joshua Sutter fucking bullshit, fuck you. Fuck you. You ended on my shit list and you're now an enemy of mine. You're now an enemy and I don't like you. Okay, so as long as you're not any of those four things, you're not a Puritan, Bible thumping asshole who shoves their beliefs down everyone's throat. You're not an Islamic terrorist. You're not a circumcising pedophile. And you're not a Temple of Blood motherfucker, okay? And you're not a pedophile. You're not 5 things, okay? So as long as you're not any of those 5 things, I love you and I consider you a fellow American. And you have my blessing and you have my love and you have my support. As annoying and as difficult or as retarded as I may find some of your preferences, I still love and accept you as a fellow American. Fuck this left right wing bullshit. Fuck this Democrat versus Republican bullshit. I don't identify as a Republican. I don't even identify as a conservative. I don't identify as a liberal. I don't even identify as a libertarian. I identify as a patriot. I identify as an American. And we're all Americans here in this wonderful country. Wonderful fucking country. And yes, we did have a rocky founding. And yes, we did have an occult founding. There was a masonry, played a big part in America's founding. But the masonry of 1776 is not the same Freemasonry of 2025. It has been corrupted. It has been infiltrated and corrupted from within. Our founding fathers, our founding wise guys, who were masons, who were warlocks, who were magicians, who were sorcerers, who founded this great country called America, they would frown upon the masonry of today. They would not be happy with the state of the lodge system today. They would not be happy with the state of politics. They would not be happy with the state of business. They would not be happy with the state of things today. And I'm pretty sure that Thomas Jefferson and George Washington, among others, are all rolling in their graves. And they're not perfect, but they did their best. And not all of the founders are friends either. I mean, Charles Giuliani did a hell of a good presentation on Ben Franklinstein. Benjamin Franklin, he had a bunch of skeletons and a bunch of just nasty shit under his basement, okay? Ben Franklin, that's how far this goes back. Ben Franklin was an atomist. This shit goes way the fuck back, even more than 300 years ago. Like, these motherfuckers, they want to destroy America since before it was even founded. Like, this shit goes way the fuck back. But anyhow, you have my love, you have my blessing. Please call your senators, okay? Even if it doesn't make a difference, even if it doesn't make a dent. Hey, let these fuckers know that we're watching. Let your voice be fucking heard. Silence is consent. Silence is submission, okay? Keep calling Visa and MasterCard. Keep calling these payment processors and let them know in a respectful manner that you don't like what's happening. Keep calling them and letting these fuckers know you don't like what's happening. Let these fuckers know, hey, I'm an American. I exist. And I'm pissed the hell off. And I don't fucking like what's happening to this country. I don't fucking like what's happening with this current administration. I don't fucking like what's happening with all this draconian legislation that just sprang up so conveniently while Donald Trump is trying to bury the Epstein files and trying to bury the whole Epstein thing there. Let them know you exist. Let your voice be heard. Let your voice be heard. Let them know you exist or be silent forever. We really are at the point now. Let them know you exist. Let your voice be heard or be gagged forever. Be forever gagged and forever silenced. That's really where we're at right now. We can still steer this ship with activism. We can still steer this ship from the shadows, from the churches, from the altar, from the ritual chamber, whatever the fuck you're into. Catholic, Buddhist, Christian, Jew, Muslim, Voodoo, Kimbanda, Palo Mayombe, Wicca, draconian sorcery, nor shamanism and animism, or your own eclectic thing, that you have with the saints and the spirits. Whatever the fuck you're into, I believe we can still, no matter how bad it looks, we can still shift this world from the altar and from the ritual chamber. But it's going to take some real world activism and real world civil disobedience to back up your rituals, to back up your prayers and back up your rituals, okay? So go into the ritual chamber and fight these swamp monsters. Fight the deep state from the ritual chamber. When you're done with the ritual, pick up your phone key, pick up your keypad, and dial up your local senators and let them know what is going on. Let them know you exist. Let your voice be heard or be silent forever. That's really where we're at right now. That's pretty much all I've got for now. There's going to be maybe one or two more videos there, and I'm going to be silent for a while because there is a boycott to boycott the Kids Online Safety Act from August 13th to August 22nd. Do not use YouTube. Boycott YouTube completely. Do not use the YouTube app. Let these fuckers know that you do not support Google's power grab of creating a one world system, a one ID verification system that uses your ID to verify on all a bunch of different apps and shit. It may be convenient, but fuck convenience. I would rather take headaches and convenience. I'd rather take headaches and inconvenience of freedom over convenient slavery, okay? What was it Thomas Jefferson has said? I'd rather take dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. Dangerous fucking freedom over peaceful slavery. No, that was Mark Passio. Or he who sacrifices liberty for safety deserves neither and will lose both, okay? Remember that. Dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. I would take inconvenience and have to show my ID to every porn site, to every critter gear website, to every furry website, rather than just dox myself at fucking Google just to have access to everything. I wouldn't dox myself at all. I would just open up Gary's Mod or something like they've done in the UK, or my Saints Row avatar, and just let my Saints Row character fucking verify my identity there. But still, don't comply with this fucking shit, because if they get away with this, they're gonna fucking ask for a dick pic, just to unlock your phone. They're gonna ask for your dick pic just to access your local video LAN, just to access your fucking WhatsApp chat, your fucking Black player, your fucking local MP3 player. They're gonna fucking ask for a dick pic just to turn on your fucking PlayStation console. They're going to ask for a dick pic just to turn on your Xbox, okay? So resist this shit now, because it will get worse. And remember, you deserve what you tolerate. So be intolerant! Rebel! Rebel now! Or tolerate this horse fuck forever. Resist now, or be silent, and take the 20-meter long football field length horse cock up your ass forever. Because that's what's coming next. Peace out, motherfuckers. Stay rowdy, stay weird, stay autistic. Never, ever, ever be normie, and never, ever behave like an NPC. If you're an NPC and you're watching this video, just stop it already, okay? I love you. Love yourself. Look deep within yourself. Look deep in that mirror and give yourself permission to be authentic. Give yourself permission to be fucking real.
Thank you for calling the Syracuse office of Senator Charles E. Schumer. We are currently unable to take your call. After the tone, please and other services. Thank you and have a great day.
Hello, Senator Schumer. My name is Cody Strong. I am a rights. they don't like or don't agree with. This is an incredibly bad thing, and I don't know how well you know tech, but a big portion of the economy is completely electronic now. By having, not only is it a massive security risk by having to have everyone take selfies and upload their IDs and stuff, not only is it an extreme security risk, for hackers and
Record your message at the tone, then press pound.
kids, and instead will be used to block any speech that the current administration, partisan FTC, disagrees with, and the next administration and the next administration. This is really bad. This is incredibly bad for creativity. Okay, it is not the state's job to raise kids. It is not the federal's job to raise children. No one can protect children except their own parents. Okay, you want to protect kids? Be a better parent. And because the economy is so dependent on the internet and dependent on the digital format, having everyone having to verify themselves and their IDs and stuff, not only the security risk implications in there, it's going to strangle small businesses. It's going to strangle and completely stifle small businesses and small content creators. I don't know if that's what the current regime in Washington wants or not. But that'd be really bad. That would be incredibly bad, not only for the internet, not only for the First Amendment, but it could potentially tank this economy.
Link for a recording. To send this message, press pound or hang up.
I'm going to have to call again.
Thank you for calling the Syracuse office of Senator Charles E. Schumer. We are currently unable to take your call. After the tone, please leave your name, number, and a brief message. You may also visit Senator Schumer's website at www.schumer.senate.gov for assistance with a federal agency, to leave a comment, or for information on requesting a tour and other services. Thank you and have a great day.
Senator Schumer, this is Cody Strong again. Ran out of time. I couldn't add to the message. I'm a registered independent from 1890, and how Texas basically banned all animated cartoons. This is really scary.
Link for a recording. To send this message, for assistance with a federal agency, to leave a comment.
Actually banned anime cartoon, and all this is a cartoon. It's just an animation. It is completely benign and harmless, and it's actually a protected art form in Japan. With the Kids Online Safety Act, they could use that as an excuse to take away political cartoons, even non-political, benign, harmless cartoons. They could take away all forms of media. They could use this as an excuse to completely cut the internet, completely cut off the First Amendment, and just declare martial law nationwide. It is incredibly bad. Please oppose S.1748. Kids Online Safety Act. Please oppose COSA. It is no good. It is nothing but bad news for this country. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Well, he was in the office. Hopefully somebody listens to those fucking messages.
Mannion's office. Sorry that we've missed your call. If you could please leave your name.
Concentration camps. This is insane. This is not what I voted for. This is not what I supported. And all this other crazy stuff going on, like S.1748, the Kids Online Safety Act, which is one of the worst possible things that could happen to the internet, that could happen to America. It's very interesting that all this stuff, and with the collective shouts, demand of payment processors to censor Steam games and censor video games, this is all happening at the same time.
10 seconds of recording time left.
I'm going to leave a part 2. Their internet is completely cooked, and now they have to upload selfies and just submit very, very personal, private, sensitive information just to access YouTube, just to access Google, to access the basic internet. This is incredibly bad. And notice that all of this is happening around the exact same time that Donald Trump betrayed all of his base. He betrayed the entire MAGA movement. He betrayed everyone that voted for him when he turned around and said, "There's no Epstein files. That's a Democrat conspiracy." No, there is. There is an Epstein file, and he's released the Epstein files, or even admit there's an Epstein file anymore. No, I think this goes much deeper than you and I think. I believe that President Trump, he has something to hide. He might be hiding something.
You have reached the maximum length for a recording. To send this message, press pound or hang up. To play it.
That's all I'm going to share for now. Listen, when you call, be calm, courteous. Don't get angry. Try your best not to cuss. Keep everything language PG-13. Okay, there's a reason. Okay, getting angry and yelling at them does not help our cause anyway. It makes us look bad. It makes us look crazy, and it's really bad optics for our entire movement. And you gotta understand, when it comes to all the craziness that's going on with the World Economic Forum and your Klaus Schwab's and your Peter Brabeck's, fucking CEO of Nestle, access to water is not a public right. This is a dying conspiracy. They're all just miserable old people, miserable old men and miserable old women who are unhappy with their lives, and this is their final like Hail Mary to try to grab as much power and control as they can before the boat sinks. In order for the dying conspiracy to work, it requires ignorance, it requires compartmentalization, it requires demoralization, it requires everyone to be completely black-pilled, doomer-pilled, and just not have any faith in there. Yeah, it's all hopeless, everything's fucked. We may as well not voice our opinion. We may as well be silent and just watch the world burn. Well, silence is consent. If you are seeing stupidity, if you're seeing an error and you don't correct it, then that error is not going to be corrected. It's going to continue, and you're just standing by watching it, okay? Here's what I think happened, okay? Let me give you an example. So you know how the state of Texas, they banned anime, and they just pushed the Furries Act, the forbidden animal role play representation or some shit like that, but the acronym means furries, okay? Like, I get it, okay? Furries is probably not something for kids, okay? It's not really something for children. I think there should be a lot more gatekeeping with there. Same thing with like the gay and lesbian and like the transsexual community. There should be a lot more fucking gatekeeping. And some of the problems we are seeing right now is due to the lack of gatekeeping. That includes you, drag queen storytime motherfuckers. If all you did was kept to your fucking selves and controlled your impulses, we would not be seeing the trans and gay hate that we are seeing right now. All you had to do is just keep your weird shit in the bedroom, in the closet, where it belongs. Or if you're going to have cons and conventions, do it in Vegas or do it in, casinos and bar resorts where you have to be 21 and older in order to show. No kids allowed. If that was all that you did there, we would be fine. We would not. Well, we still might not be fine, but gays and furries, there would not be as much hate and vitriol against us as there are right now. So you drag queen storytime motherfuckers, fuck you. You're part of the reason for this fucking problem. Is the problem of gatekeeping. And second, too, these geniuses who signed the Furries Act, they don't even know what furries are. They literally were probably just given a 5-minute. They were probably received like a meme or something, like fursuiters shit in cat litter boxes in school, which was a joke, which was a meme to begin with. It was never meant to be serious. And some old 70 or 90-year-old boomer's like, "Oh my God, that's bad. Furries are bad. We have to ban this." I bet you that's what happened with the anime. You saw some jackass who fucking knew better, or someone who was in on the conspiracy, when they wanted to ban anime, they gave the lawmakers the definition of lolicon, which is a pro-pedophilic type of drawing or type of illustration there. Unfortunately, that is a thing, and it's a very, very small undercurrent within the anime and manga there. But that one little toxic current and those bad players do not represent the totality of anime and manga cartoons. But because these assholes from high up, they know what the fuck they're doing. Okay, they're doing their demoralization, their gaslighting ritual on us all. Remember Saul Alinsky. If I'm gonna conquer you, I'm gonna do everything horrible to you in the book, and I'm gonna blame you. I'm gonna make you the asshole and myself out to be the victim while I'm doing it, so that not only yourself but everyone around you gets demoralized and everyone gives up and no one wants to fight back. So the demoralizers, from as Yuri Bezmenov called them in his presentation on the 4 stages of how to brainwash a nation, these motherfuckers who are demoralizing not only us, our country, but demoralizing the senators, demoralizing those well-meaning individuals in government, but who don't always end up doing well. When they're demoralizing them, they know the difference between lolicon and manga and anime, but when they want to ban something, they just give an example of lolicon, and then they allow all the senators to think, oh, well, all anime is lolicon. No, it's not. No, anime encapsulates Cartoon Network, it encapsulates Courage the Cowardly Dog, it encapsulates Hell of a Boss, Hazbin Hotel, which are not made for children. They're not kids shows. I mean, Vivi Medrano even puts, a not for kids disclaimer in the fucking, it's the first like frame that you see on every YouTube episode. So these assholes that are really out to like destroy everything fun and just take away everything that's fun, they know what the fuck they're doing. But those 70, 80, 90-year-old boomers, baby boomers that make up Congress, that make up the senators and legislators, they don't know any better. They're so damn old, they just do what they're told. Well, let me guess. What they're going to do next when they want to ban video games, they're going to show Postal 2 or something as an example that all video games are Mortal Kombat, Grand Theft Auto, and Postal 2. By the way, Postal 2 by Running with Scissors, hilarious fucking game. Not for fucking kids, though. Totally for adults 17, 18 years and older, okay? Whatever ages the ESRB recommends, okay? So they're going to show some horrible fucking game to where, oh my god, this is horrible, we got to ban all the games there. Like, no, they don't understand. It's an art form. It's an art form. These games exist for a reason. So, angry pent-up men, they have an outlet. They have a fantasy that they can do, whatever crazy shit that you could never get away with in the real world. And when they come after their escapes, these fuckers up above, they know what they're doing, the secret unknowns. But the senators and the reps, they don't always know better. So you have to correct them. Silence is consent. Silence is consent. And if you just watch this go by, then you're fucking complacent and you're partially responsible for whatever tyranny, whatever fucking misery comes next. So please be respectful, be courteous, say please and thank you, be generous to them, okay? Those operators, they're just like the phone answering people at the Visa and MasterCard call centers. They probably hate their jobs and hate what they have to do enough already. Do not make their lives any more harder, okay? They're just enough.
Sweet!
Still the best. Always feels good to kick ass. Rock.
The police are always in our shit and we can't get nothing done. Maybe you can thin them out a bit.
Had some trouble.
Fight worth shit.
SWAT never loses.
I saw them. I know it.
Get out of the car so I can beat your motherfucking ass!
The Saints rule everywhere.
Let's get this started!
Back to the show. All right, Tom's just staring at me, pen poised over pen. You're gonna make me go through this little snarky food order. I will have the huevos rancheros.
It always feels good to kick ass. fight worth shit.
You just heard After the Burial on the Blood, 106.6. Hope it puts some positivity into your day.
Break some glass. The Blood, 106.66.
You don't have to be a misanthrope to enjoy Misanthropy Pure by Shai Hulud. You're listening to John John here on The Blood.
Good girls kick ass. couldn't last any longer than that?
Here to give those tough times a big fuck you. It's OPEP with Lotus Eater on the Blood 106.66.
You almost made my wife and kids rich.
I need to teach you some manners.
Don't let a man keep you down.
Luchador stole my voice, man! I had to stop it myself, but I can't go without my pals!
I'll remember this one.
Let's see how fast we can end.
to be embarrassing.
Everybody get down.
Hey, so boss, how's the gang these days?
I'm still the best.
Glad you called. Think I found us a new place.
Pierce, you were supposed to be looking for Loren, not going house hunting.
See, that's the beauty of this place. It's owned by the Morningstar.
Alright, I'm listening.
The Morningstar have a penthouse downtown where they're throwing some big party for their global contacts.
And their real estate agent will be there?
Real funny. I was gonna say we crash the party, kill the Morningstar, and keep the place for the Saints. Ha!
I'm game. What's the plan?
The Saints will be downstairs until you can unlock the elevator for them to come up.
Wait, if I can't go up, then how will I... Oh, right. Penthouse.
That's right. Meet me at the airport.
What you thinking?
Some asshole is in my pool.
The crew's ready downstairs. Say the word and we crash the party.
Let's do it.
right, you're clear.
Why do I agree to this shit?
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it. Screams from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power.
Touchdown. Sean, I'll get the elevator code and let you up soon.
Just give the word, boss.
We ain't got nothing to lose, motherfucker, we rollin'. Motherfucker, we rollin'. With some light-skinned girls and some petty rolls.
No problem.
White man world, we the ones chosen. So good night, cool world, I see you in the morning. I see you in the morning. This is way too much, I need a moment. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power. Feel that, fuck that, the world's ours. Fucking Chanel and the whole class. Tell them Easy said they could kiss my whole ass. More specifically, they could kiss my asshole. I'm an asshole, you niggas got drugs. You sure-minded niggas sauce is Napoleon. My furs is Mongolian. My ice brought the goalies and I embody every characteristic of the egotistic. He knows he's so fucking gifted. I just needed time alone with my own thought. Got treasures in my mind, but couldn't open up my own thought. My talent, creativity. Purity and honesty is honestly being crowded by these grown.
The freight elevator. Give me the code.
Go to hell.
That really... How you want to play it?
Fine, code's 313. Just watch the jack.
They entrusted me as I look down at my diamond encrusted piece, thinking no one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the powder. Till then, fuck that, the world's ours.
Wow. Who's gonna love this place?
Austin Powers, lost in translation with a whole fucking nation. They
Oh,
say
grenades.
I'm the
What problems
abomination of
can't you
Obama's
solve?
nation. Well, that's a pretty bad way to start.
Pierre should go through this shit later.
At the end of the day, goddamn it, I'm killing it. I know damn well y'all feeling this shit. I don't need your pussy, bitch. I'm on my own dick. I ain't got a power trip. Who you going home with?
This script sucks.
I'm surviving. I was drinking earlier. Now I'm driving. What a bad bitches, huh? Where you hiding?
Party crashing time.
We're coming up. Keep the door clear.
What's the plan here?
We mop up the rest of these assholes.
Easy enough?
Man, this would be a beautiful death. Jumping out the window.
These guys are getting dropped off outside.
You should have known better.
Hey, was that shot yours?
It's no way to fight a lady.
You got the power to let power go.
Give me an update, Shandi.
Good news? We've cleared them out. Bad news. The boys are saying this place is rigged to blow.
Isn't that fun?
Where's that guy in the helicopter going?
I'll ask him how to disarm that thing.
Then try not to kill him.
How's the cleanup going?
What do I look like, the damn maid?
You look cute in the outfit.
We're sitting on a bomb here and you're making jokes.
Pierce would agree with me.
Steelport can be an intimidating city to be the first-time visitor, and that's why it's my pleasure to share some tips that'll make your vacation a memorable one. 1. Make sure you book your reservations at the Friendly Fire Gun Range a week in advance. Those RPGs get booked quickly. 2. Be sure to stop by Stateward, a club and pony show unlike anything you've ever seen. 3. Always bet on black. I hope you enjoy your stay in Steelport.
Looks like these things are on your timer and the clock's ticking. You got him yet?
Once I catch him, you'll get your codes.
Nope. No codes. Just 4 wires. Red, green, blue, and black.
Well, that's original. Everyone out of my way! Always happy to show off. Which wire stops the bomb?
The red wire! Cut the red wire!
Thank you. The Saints rule everywhere. Red Shandy.
Damn. I lost a bet.
The Saints aren't going to back down.
Maddie, nothing to worry about. I thought exactly, Mr. Kilbane. The Saints are no more than a white noise at the heights.
With respect, sir. I'd say empty is no longer applicable.
Gunfights can be added to that list. Shots were fired downtown apartment, resulting in several deaths and at least one noise complaint filed by a neighbor. The reason for the violence is unknown. However, some guests were seen leaving the scene after a threat. Among the attendees were several local and foreign businessmen, as well as a reported appearance from the Saints. This is Jake Panorama with your district celebrity crime report.
This week on
Bad idea. Just a pretty face. After that, I could use a massage.
I'm still walking.
That was a great idea! What? Didn't see me there? Let's make this one count. That's right, don't get out. What? Didn't see me there? Okay, Pierce, what part of town are we selling in first?
Let's cut right to the heart of this shit. Hit the Morningstar territory.
How do you know which hoods are theirs?
The documents we got with those keys gave up a whole lot.
All right, let's go make some Morningstar mad. What sort of stuff are we selling?
Got some basic merchandise, like shirts and lunchboxes.
You think that'll do the trick?
Well, there's always my demo tape.
Now we're talking. Was it too much for you? He's not broken yet.
Hoo-wee! Now how's that for not your average cowboy? You're listening to The Blood!
When news breaks, there's only one person you want to hear about it from. Valderrama.
This just in. There's something in your...
Just like old times! Got any advice on closing the deal?
Ask nicely and bat your eyelashes.
I don't think that'll work.
Valderrama.
Excuse me, sir. Are saying your working conditions are unsafe.
I assure you everything is up to code. My slaughterhouse is the safest in town.
6 people have died this week alone.
No comment.
Jane Valderrama. Catch her weeknights at 5 and 11. Over on Channel 6 News.
I'm always on when it counts. Nice work, Pierce. You're really good at selling stuff.
Fuck right I am.
I'm thinking you should start selling insurance. Or maybe vacuums.
Not cool.
Man, you know what's kind of hot? When a girl spends the night and you give her one of your Motley Crue tees, and she wears it with nothing else on.
You know who you messing with? Let's pick this up another time. Gotta work on my technique.
Sounds good to me. Illinois Syndicate more later.
This should be the last of the inventory.
We're stealing this town right from under the Morning Star.
ABC time, baby. Hey, be careful with the corners of the action figures.
You lost me.
The corners. You bend that shit, the value goes down.
How the fuck does that work?
It's the rules, man. Don't need to make sense. Let's stop here. Cover my ass.
Please give me a challenge.
Aldenova. And cocaine. Tight dresses. Ooh, the 80s.
Try driving around, shit.
Girls in tight dresses always gave me fake numbers.
Just like old times!
You know it's the star of TV's Nightlight. But this Sunday, join the host of Hotlinks, Rich Stoltz, as he sits down with the man behind the fans.
He's not broken yet.
How do you prepare for...
Wondering if I shouldn't turn you loose on your own planet, Saints.
I could get behind that.
Might be rough running a store along with your other duties.
Don't see why.
You really want to give it a shot?
I'm the voice of Planet Saints already. Why couldn't I be a fucking manager?
His meteoric rise from walk-on roles to summer blockbuster.
So, you like to break shit? That was fun.
the walking apocalypse.
That's the last time I give him.
No one pushes me around.
Really want a burger. Thank God it exists. Most people don't know it. Oh shit.
Happy with it, not let it.